Welcome to Chisholm Trail 61. Today we're going to be doing this a real quick, simple breakfast item. We're going to do a cheese Danish. This is a breakfast cheese Danish made real simple, comes together real quick. So what I'm going to be doing, I'm only going to be doing half the recipe. What I'm going to call out to y'all and what will be put in the description box will be the full recipe. So what you need first is 1 block of cream cheese, softened, 8 ounces of cream cheese. And like I said, I've only got 4 ounces in there because I'm only doing half the recipe. Nobody's home but me and Robin and my wife. So we won't eat the full recipe. So I'm only doing half. We're going to add to that, you'll add 2 tablespoons of sugar. That's just regular white sugar. You're going to add 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. And you're going to add 1 teaspoon of lemon juice. Now you can use the real lemon, squeezed lemon juice, or you can use store-bought lemon juice, which is what I'm using. Just make sure that it's the real lemon juice. Don't use none of that, whatever they call that fake stuff. You don't want to use that because that wouldn't taste good. But then you're going to just take your mixer, a hand mixer, and starting on low speed, you're going to just mix that until it's creamy. Get it mixed up well until it's good and creamy. You can see what I'm doing now. Getting good and creamy. And then we're just going to set this aside. Set it over out of the way. Next thing we're going to do, we're going to get us a mat or something that you can cut on. You need 2 rows of crescent rolls. Now, I'm only using 1 because, like I said, I'm just doing half the recipe. But you want, for the recipe, you want 2 rolls. And get them to open, which is always the hardest part of it. And you want to just keep it in the roll form. Just roll it out. Be sure that it's stays rolled up in the whole form. And we're going to take a knife and we're going to cut this. Now, we're going to cut it into 8 pieces, but you don't want to push down when you cut. You want to just let your knife rest on it and cut it. Just so you don't want to mash your things. Now, we'll cut it in half. I'm going to take each half and I'm going to cut it again in half. Like I said, just letting my knife rest on it. That's all I'm doing. I'm not putting any pressure whatsoever on my knife. I'm just letting my knife rest and drag on it. And I'm going to take each one of these halves. I've got 4 halves here now. 4 pieces rather. I'm going to cut them in half. So each roll of crescent rolls, you're going to get 8 danishes out of. You want to try not to mash your dough if possible. And the longer you wait, of course, the softer your dough is going to get. We're going to set that aside. We're going to get us a cookie sheet that we got parchment paper on. We're just going to set each piece on here. We want to leave a couple of inches in between each one of them because we're going to spread these out. And then, of course, they're going to spread out some when we cook them. So just leave at least a couple of inches in between each one. Just sort of spread them out. I'm going to put about 8 to the sheet. Move this out of the way. Now what I got here, I got just a little bitty small measuring cup. If I can see the size of that, that's a 1/8 of a cup measuring cup. And I took and just sprayed the bottom of it here with a cooking spray. I'm just going to get right in the center, and I'm just going to mash that down just to make a little indentation in it. By spraying that with a cooking spray, it allows it to release easier. But if you don't spray it there, then it'll probably want to stick. And if you use a metal one, it doesn't stick as bad either. You can use a plastic one if that's all you got, but the metal would do so much better because it is less likely to try to stick to your danishes. And we're going to set that aside. Now, next thing we're going to do, we're going to pull our cheese mixture back over here, and we're just going to dip us some out, and we're going to just put a little bit in each one of our danishes, and we're going to sort of spread it around a little bit. Spread it around just a little bit. You don't need a whole lot in there. I probably could have got away with less than a half of a pack of a cream cheese, block of cream cheese. Probably could have got away with a little bit less than 4 ounces, but I wanted to use, to keep my measurements right, I needed to use the half a block. Like I said, just put that in and just spread it just a little bit. You don't have to spread it a lot because it's going to spread out whenever you cook them. You put them in the oven. And we got our oven preheating over there to 350 degrees. Just like so. That may spread that around just a little bit more. Just to get them all. Try to get them as uniform as I can there. And be sure, my cream cheese is not piled up in one place. Now, another trick you can do, another tip for you. What I did, you notice that cream cheese is not sticking and trying to pull it back out of my thing. I took my cooking spray and I sprayed the back of this spoon. That's why I got a teaspoon to spread, a tablespoon to dip. So I keep straight which one I sprayed the back of. I sprayed it, then wiped it off lightly with a paper towel. So, it just left a film on there. There's not any cooking spray to get in my cheese mixture. And then that allows that to release easier to spread around. What we're going to do here, we got some brown sugar. We're just going to take us a little bit of brown sugar, and we're just going to drop a little bit on top of each danish. Don't need a lot, just need to sprinkle just a little bit on there. What that'll do, that brown sugar will help that it'll put like a crust, and there goes the oven. The oven's at 350 degrees. Boy, that's almost perfect timing, isn't it? Just put you a pinch around on, just sort of spread it around on there. That brown sugar is going to melt while they're cooking. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to take and put these in the oven at 350 degrees for about 15 to 18 minutes till they're done. Now, what you can do, and I didn't do it on these, and typically I do, but I forgot to do it on these, is when you put your little indentions in with your cup, you can take and spread butter over the top of them. Matter of fact, I'm probably going to spread me a little bit. I got a little bit here I was going to use. I'm just going to spread a little bit around the sides here because that'll help them to brown up. And you can spread it on the entire Danish if you would like, whenever you put your thing on, and whenever you put your little indentions in there. And typically I do, but I forgot about that this time, but that's okay because they'll still be good. But typically I take my butter and I just spread it all over the top of them. But we want them to have a little bit of butter flavor in them. So I'm just going to spread that around a little bit. Sometimes I'm hungry this morning. It's getting late up in the morning, and now I hadn't had breakfast yet. So trying to hurry up and get these done so I can eat. Tell you, there ain't too many things I like better than eating. That's why I cook, because I like to eat. So anyway, we're going to put these in the oven, 350 degrees for 15 to 18 minutes. Let them cook up. They'll rise and spread out some, and they're going to be good. And we're going to bring you back whenever we get them out of the oven. Okay, we got our danishes out of the oven there. We've transferred them over to a plate here. What we're going to do, we're going to show you how to finish these things up. We're going to take, you're going to need 1 cup of powdered sugar in just a little bowl, and I'm just going to hit that with a whisk. While I'm thinking about it, I got this recipe out of Catherine's Plates cookbook. It's in one of her cookbooks. I'd like to thank her for that. This is you can also visit her on YouTube. She has a YouTube channel, Catherine's Plates. And we've got vanilla extract. You're going to need to add to that 1 cup powdered sugar a half a teaspoon of vanilla extract. And then you want to take about 3 or 4 tablespoons of milk. But you want to just add about a tablespoon at a time to your mixture, because we're just trying to get it, stir it around. We want to get it to a consistency where we can drizzle it on our danishes there. Don't want it real thick, but you don't want it, so runny that it'll just be like water. So just add a little bit at a time and stir till you get it all mixed in and get to that consistency that you want. And that looks pretty good right there. I'll show you what it looks like there. Pick it up, see how it runs there. That looks pretty good there. What I'm going to do, I'm going to lay this aside here, that whisk side, and I'm going to get me a fork. And I'm going to pull these up here where y'all can see them good. And I'm just going to take and dip my fork in there, and I'm just going to drizzle me some on the top. Just like so. Might be done better with a whisk, you reckon? Try that whisk. Usually a fork works out pretty good, but yeah, I believe that whisk will work better today. You're just going to drizzle over it. You don't want your danishes real hot. You don't want to put this on when they first come out of the oven. You want to let them cool just a little bit, so that as your powdered sugar and stuff, it'll just melt. It'll just run off, all off of your danish if you don't let them cool just a little bit first. I'm gonna try to get as much on there as I can, because I like that topping on them. Get them covered good in that topping. Just drizzle it on is all you want to do. That's why you put them off on a plate. You're gonna know you're gonna make a mess with it. And just keep adding till you use it all up, or you get on there as much as you want on there. Believe me, I want to use it all. I believe that's about all I got in there. We're going to take us one of them, and we're going to taste this one of them. We just got to figure out which one. Boy, they all look so good, I eat any of them. Hey, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take that fork, and I'm going to cut that so you can see what it looks like. I can show you sort of what it looks like on the inside. I can get it up. I'll show you what it looks like on the inside. Yeah. You can see the cream cheese, the filling, frosting on top. Man, I can't wait no longer. I got to get into this. Man, that is really good. I let mine go about 17 minutes in the oven. You can see the bottoms are brown. Man, that is good. Hey, if you will give this recipe a try, give the video a thumbs up, like, share, comment, subscribe to our channel. We appreciate all of you that do. Appreciate all of you that take time out of your day to watch our videos. There you have it. Cream cheese breakfast Danish. We'll see you on the next one.